A Legion of Horribles. A Legion of Horribles is the 21st and penultimate episode of the second season, and 43rd episode overall from the Fox series Gotham. The episode was written by supervising producer Jordan Harper and directed by Rob Bailey. It was first broadcast on May 16, 2016. In the episode, after Azrael's death, Professor Strange resurrects Fish Mooney. Meanwhile, Bruce sets out to save Selina, who has been attacked by Bridgit Pike, now calling herself Firefly. This episode marks the return of Jada Pinkett Smith to the series after her character was killed off in the first season finale. On January 29, 2016, she announced her return to the series. She previously stated that she wouldn't return for the second season. This episode also marks the debut of Clayface. The episode received generally positive reviews, with critics praising the character development for most characters, but some criticizing Fish Mooney's return. Plot: Selina Cameron Bicandova is now hiding inside the room while Bridget Michelle Ventimiglia is using her flamethrower to try to kill her. Selina manages to knock Bridget out. Meanwhile, on the balcony, Bruce David Mazuz waits for Selina, only to be visited by Ivy Claire Foley. He then decides to save Selina from Arkham and goes with Gordon Ben McKenzie for help. In the GCPD, Bullock Donald Logg announces to the media Azrael's death caused by unknown perpetrators. In an unknown location, a woman calls someone to state that Strange is losing control and they need to gather a court. In Arkham Asylum, Professor Strange BD1, along with Peabody Tanya Pinkins, are now performing a test on a patient, Basil Carlo Brian McManaman, who can now stretch his skin. Mrs. Peabody tells Strange that they are now questioning his methods and may shut it off, but Strange shrugs it off, stating that he has resurrected dead people. He then decides to perform a resurrection test on subject 13, Fish Mooney Jada Pinkett Smith. In Wayne Manor, Alfred Sean Pertwee is furious upon finding out that Bruce sent Selina to Arkham. Gordon talks with Lucius Chris Chalk about infiltrating Arkham Asylum to find the secret lab, and they, along with Bruce, decide to go. Strange successfully resurrects Mooney, and she's given a new suit. But unlike the others that Strange brought back, Mooney fully remembers her past life. While Bruce talks with Strange, Lucius uses a device to find the passage to Indian Hill, leaving a mark for Gordon to find. When Bruce confronts Strange about his parents' death, he orders his orderlies to lock up Bruce, Gordon, and Lucius. He and Mrs. Peabody are then confronted by the mysterious woman for not bringing back a dead person with his past memories. When Strange states that he did it for Mooney and can do it again, the woman states that when he's done, he needs to destroy Indian Hill Labs. Meanwhile, Mooney realizes she has the power of manipulation with a touch of her hand. Selina tries to use the flamethrower to open the door but fails. Bridget regains consciousness and takes another flamethrower. Selina manages to restore some of Bridget's memories, but she is still planning on killing her. Selina is forced to harm her with the flamethrower, but to her shock, Bridget is now immune to the fire as her fireproof suit was fused to her. Lucius and Bruce are locked in the chair room while Nigmakari Michael Smith taunts them over a microphone. He tells them they need to tell him everything they know or they will be killed by a lethal gas in 5 minutes. Gordon is taken to Strange, who places an artifact on his head. Moments later, they take off the artifact and he comes face to face with Basil. Basil then puts the artifact on his own head, which begins to mutate. Meanwhile, Bullock orders the police to lead a raid into Arkham Asylum. Selina and Bridget are now working to escape the room, and Mooney plans her escape. The artifact is taken off Basil's head to reveal that Basil's face is now identical to Gordon. Basil is given a wig to complete his look, while the real Gordon stares in shock. Production Development. In April 2016, it was announced that the 21st episode of the season would be titled A Legion of Horribles and was to be written by Jordan Harper, with Rob Bailey directing. Casting: Morna Baccarin, Robin Lord Taylor, Aaron Richards, James Frain, Jessica Lucas, Drew Powell, Nicholas D'Agosto, and Michael Chiklis don't appear in the episode as their respective characters. In April 2016, it was announced that the guest cast for the episode would include Jada Pinkett Smith as Fish Mooney, BD1, as Professor Hugo Strange, Tawny Pinkins as Ethel Peabody, Claire Foley as Ivy Pepper, Michelle Ventimiglia as Bridgit Pike, Kit Flanagan as the white-haired woman, and Brian McManaman as Basil Carlo. Reception: Viewers. The episode was watched by 3.84 million viewers with a 1.3/4 share among adults aged 18 to 49. This was a 4% increase in viewership from the previous episode, which was watched by 3.67 million viewers. With this rating, Gotham ranked first for FOX, beating Houdini and Doyle, fourth on its time slot and ninth for the night on the 18-49 demographics, behind Blind Spot, The Odd Couple, Castle, a rerun of The Big Bang Theory, 2 episodes of Mike and Molly, Dancing with the Stars and The Voice. It was also the 26th most watched of the week in the 18-49 demographics and the 53rd most watched overall in the week. With Live Plus 7 DVR viewing factored in, the episode had an overall rating of 5.72 million viewers and a 2.1 in the 18-49 demographic. Critical reviews: Wrath of the Villains: A Legion of Horribles received generally positive reviews from critics. The episode received a rating of 75% with an average score of 6.7 out of 10 on the review aggregator Rotten Tomatoes. Matt Fowler of IGN gave the episode a good 7.6 out of 10 and wrote in his verdict, "A Legion of Horribles messily worked its butt off to get everyone into one spot." And while Clayface and the Court's debuts were fun, Fish Mooney's return felt like a curious decision given how crowded the show is now and the mixed reactions she received back in Season 1. Carmen Fox of the Baltimore Sun wrote positively about the episode. "Bruce's mission to find his parents' killer just got a little more complicated.